Story time number two. There's this fucking creepy stalker. I have a lot of stalkers, but this one takes the cake, okay? He fucking raped me, stole my underwear, lied to the police about everything, and the police found out later, and then they like got really embarrassed about it, and they started denying that it was real or whatever, and I was like, I don't really care, but you're all getting fired, and I think some of you are gonna end up in prison. But anyway, he's like, Alex has been stalking me. I think he works as a cop, actually, but I don't know if it's true. I have a hard time believing that somebody like him would ever be like hired to work as a police officer. I'm like, you work for the government? The fuck? But yeah, he like is stalking me. He's like outright stalking me. The workers at this shelter also are stalking me. They're like looking at plane ticket prices to see how much money I'm gonna spend because they know how much money I'm getting from OW. And I was like, how is this any of your business again? Like, why do you care how much I'm spending and where I'm spending it on? Like, what do you like? What does my spending expenditures have anything to do with you? Why are you even looking that up? Like, what the fuck is their problem? I have no idea. I think it has something to do with the comments I left on some famous dude's Instagram, and they don't know what I'm talking about. He knows what I'm talking about. They don't know what I'm talking about. So I'm like, why are you even like. Why are you getting involved in something that's not even your business? And also, I don't really care. Personally, with me, it's not really affecting me that much. Like, it's not gonna change anything. Like, obviously, I'm still gonna purchase those things regardless of them knowing about it or not. It's like I don't even think I can hide it. Like a lot of people know about where I'm going. They've even been sending people to track me. So like there's these weird white guys following me around everywhere. They're like just sitting like they're just standing at stores just waiting for me. And I'm like, why are you escorting me to these places like I'm the criminal when you're doing something that's criminal? Yes, stalking someone is illegal. It's a crime. I know they don't understand this, but they don't like understand why it's a crime. It puts somebody's like mental health at risk because it causes them significant amount of distress. And their intention is to show their affection, which is the fucked up part. I'm like, you were saying this person needs to die, but you're saying that that means that you love them? That's fucked up. Who says that shit? Anyway, yeah, Alex has been stalking me, and I'm like, I felt bad for him, okay? I met him off a Tinder date, and like, he just seemed to have such a hard time, and I could tell he was gonna kill himself soon. So I was like, oh my god, I feel like you need like a drinking buddy or like a night out. Like, you probably need this more than I do. So I did the right thing, and I was like, hey, you wanna like hang out and stuff? Like, you don't have to go home right now. It just seems like you're gonna cry when you go home. It's maybe you won't cry if you're like hanging out with me or whatever. Like you can behave yourself around me, so like we can hang out. And then he raped me, stole my underwear, and then like got his weird crackhead girlfriend to punch me in the face at a different shelter. And I was are you sure like are you sure you know what's going on right now? Like I don't know what he was smoking. Honestly, I don't know if he was on crack, if it was on meth, if he was like on heroin or something. Like I have no idea what the fuck he was on. But he was on some next level shit. And I was like, oh my god, you need to get the fuck away from me. And I've told him this repeatedly. And last time I talked to him, he told me that his life is fucked up. But he said that my life was fucked up. And it was like, it was really weird. He was waiting for me to message him. He was like seriously just like waiting by Instagram. He's like, oh, when's she gonna message me? And he thought that like it was gonna be like I block him and he block me kind of thing. And I was like, you're a fucking idiot. Like, honestly, honest to God, the only reason I hung out with you was because I felt sorry for you. And I'm sorry if you knew that, but that doesn't actually excuse any of the things that you've done. In fact, what I did was really good. What you did was really shitty. But, like, he didn't get this. And honestly, like, he doesn't have a life. Like, he has no life. He still lives at home and he's in his 30s. Yeah, he lied about his age on Tinder. And I'm like, who does that? Like literally, there's so many people on Tinder. Like, there's so many people in your age group. Why are you even lying about your age on Tinder? Like, it's fucked up. So he's like trying to convince me that I lied about my age by like sending all these anonymous messages to me online, and I'm like, oh really? That wasn't you? Like you're a fucking creep. And then he keeps on telling me that like he wants to marry me and all that shit, and I was like, I don't care what you want. Like, do you understand? This is like, just I would have done that for anyone. Honestly, if I met anybody on the street and they looked like they were gonna kill themselves, I would have taken them out for a drink. Like it's not hard. It doesn't cost me that much money. And like honestly, if that's what prevents that person from like doing something really shitty, then I'm gonna do that. But I'm like, oh my god, like for fucking once in your life, can you like get your shit together and leave me the fuck alone? Holy shit, like he thinks I wanna marry him. I'm like, why on earth would I wanna marry you? You have make no money, you have no friends, and your family like barely tolerates you. I can see it from his Instagram profile. His pictures that he posts of his family is them like just gritting and bearing his presence. And honestly, like he's just so awful and unpleasant to be around. Every other word was just an insult either to me or somebody else. And I'm like, how are you like even employed? And when I went to hang out with him at his place, he put on like what was it, Kevin Hart, and he started making all these racial slur jokes about black people. And I'm like, I don't find that funny. Like I don't know why you're watching a black comedian and saying all these derogatory things about a black comedian and then enjoying his show. Like it's fucking retarded. Like I don't know how that even works. Or you just turn that on just to make fun of some guy? It's just weird. Like what the fuck are you doing? You know what I mean? It's just, what are you doing with your entire life? I don't think he has any career goals whatsoever. He's ugly. Honestly, his pictures have been photoshopped or it's like severely on an angle, so like it doesn't look like his face. Because honest, in his pictures, I was like, oh, he's pretty cute. I saw him in real life and he was ugly. And I was like, oh my god, you're cute. You're like a 7 or a 6 on a bad day. But in real life, he was a 3. And I was like, oh my god, I have to put up with his face for the next, like, how many hours I have. And, like, his teeth were all fucked up. I think he was on crack. But yeah, he thought he was better than everyone. And he was, like, really upset that, like, I didn't feel the same way from meeting him the first time in my life. And I'm like, I've never met you before. This is how people get to know each other. And you know what? That would have been cute, except for the fact that you did all that fucked up shit right following that initial fucking meeting. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, the fuck is wrong with this guy? He's following me around in taxis now. I'm like, how did you even convince a taxi driver? How do you even know where I am? First of all. Second of all, why are you in a taxi following me the fuck around? Like, don't you think that I have a life? Like, I have other things I want to do and other people's penises I want inside of me. Okay? Yours, I wasn't even supposed to be in there. You forced it in there. It doesn't count. You're a piece of shit and I fucking hate you. And you still owe me money for underwear. Like, if you can't even pay me back for the underwear you stole, like, how the fuck are you gonna pay for the rest of the dates that you're planning on taking me out on? Like, what the fuck? This guy's a fucking moron. And I was like, I don't know how much more clearer I can be. I can make a series of story times. Oh my god, it's gonna be another one.